Right now, you feel stationary. You're sitting in a chair, holding a phone, or leaning against a wall. But you are a passenger on a cosmic merry-go-round. At London's latitude, the Earth's crust is whipping eastward at 640 miles per hour. We don't feel it because the atmosphere, the buildings, and the very tea in your cup are moving at the exact same velocity. It's called frame of reference. But physics is a fickle master. Imagine a hand from the heavens suddenly grabs the Earth and stops it dead. For 5 seconds, the rotation ceases. The ground beneath the Tower of London becomes a fixed point in space. But everything on that ground? It still has the momentum of a jet engine. In the first millisecond, the illusion of stillness is shattered. If you were standing on Oxford Street, you wouldn't just fall, you would be launched horizontally at 600 miles per hour. You would hit the nearest wall with the force of a high-speed car crash before you even realised the world had stopped. Air is not nothing. It is a fluid with mass. When the Earth stops, the atmosphere keeps going. Within 2 seconds, a wall of air hits London that makes a Category 5 hurricane look like a summer breeze. A hurricane tops out at 157 miles per hour. We are talking about 640. At this speed, air becomes as destructive as solid lead. The Shard, London's glass-covered needle, is the first to go. Its aerodynamic shape actually works against it. The pressure differential rips the glass panels off the steel frame, turning millions of shards into supersonic shrapnel. These glass bullets shred everything in their path. The red buses of London are scooped up like toys and tumbled eastward, disintegrating as they bounce off the skeletons of buildings. The very oxygen you breathe is compressed so hard by the friction that it begins to heat up, glowing with a faint, ghostly blue light. Water is 800 times denser than air. While the wind is shredding the skyline, the River Thames is performing its own act of erasure. Millions of tons of dark, cold water are suddenly liberated from the riverbed. Under the law of inertia, the Thames is flung out of its banks and hurled toward the East End. But it's not just the river. The North Sea is rushing toward the English coast at hundreds of miles per hour. In London, the slosh happens instantly. The Houses of Parliament, sitting right on the water's edge, are hit by a wall of water moving at half the speed of sound. The Big Ben Tower doesn't just fall over. The base is eroded by the sheer kinetic force of the water, and the 160-year-old landmark is swallowed by a brown surge of mud, boats, and debris. By minute 8, the geography of London is gone. There is no river, only a moving sea of wreckage covering the ruins. 5 seconds have passed. The cosmic hand lets go, and the Earth begins to spin again. You might think the danger is over, but the restart is just as violent. As the crust lurches back into motion, the tectonic plates beneath the UK, usually stable, undergo a jerk, equivalent to a magnitude 9.5 earthquake. The London Underground, the veins of the city, collapse instantly. Thousands of tons of earth crush the tunnels. On the surface, the friction of the stationary air rubbing against the now moving ground creates a thermal pulse. The temperature in the debris field jumps by hundreds of degrees. Any wood or flammable material that survived the wind now spontaneously ignites. London isn't just a ruin, it is a pressurized, burning oven. The sky above is a bruised purple, torn apart by the sonic booms of the atmosphere, trying to catch up to the planet's spin. Before we reveal the chilling reality of what remains once the dust settles, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the physics of the apocalypse, hit the like button and subscribe. It helps us keep the lights on while we explore the what-ifs that keep us up at night. Now, let's look at the morning after. If you were in a deep lead bunker, 3 levels below the bedrock of Whitehall, you might eventually force the hatch open and walk out into the sunlight on day 6. But you wouldn't find London. You would find a flat, grey plain of pulverised stone and silt. There are no landmarks to guide you. The Shard is literal dust scattered across the North Sea. The Tower of London, which stood for 1,000 years, has been erased in 5 seconds. The very topography of the South Bank has changed. The debris has filled the craters, leaving a hauntingly smooth landscape. This thought experiment isn't just about the destruction of a capital city. It's a testament to the staggering amount of energy required to keep our lives normal. We survive every day because of the perfect, silent choreography of planetary physics. We live our lives on the surface of a spinning top, and we only truly notice the spin when it stops. As you look at the ruins of this hypothetical London, remember, we are all currently travelling at 600 miles per hour, held in place by nothing but gravity and habit. We are passengers on a miracle. Respect the rotation, because if it fails, history ends in 5 seconds.